Hey, what's up guys? Today we're going to be learning about how to play the Benoni. So the Benoni starts out with knight f3. So we're used to this knight c3 move, and then we go bishop b4. We know what to do there. So now we're going to look at what happens if they prolong it, and they go knight f3. So knight f3, we're going to attack the center immediately. We're going to go c5. So here there's the normal Benoni with d5, and every once in a while you get someone playing knight c3. So here we just take, knight takes, and go bishop b4. And then we're just going to castle knight c6 and d5. And that's a very normal plan that we've seen before. Very, very playable position. But here's where we're going to look very in depth in the Benoni. And that's going to go d5. So here we're going to take, and go d6. Now this bishop, it's not going to go here. We're going to get this bishop on g7 and go along this long diagonal. That's going to be where it's much more strong. And you can see these pawns are already supporting that diagonal. So here goes knight c3. We go g6. And now there's two variations. We're going to look at bishop f4. So bishop f4 is an attempt at putting pressure on this pawn. So here to neutralize that, we go a6. That way knight b5 is never removed right off the bat. And now you're going to see primarily just a4 because they want to prevent b5. Now Benoni, if you ever get b5 in, you have a very good position. You're going to play b4 and then this diagonal is going to be completely yours. So they always try to play a4 to prevent b5. If they don't, make sure to get b5 in. So here now we go bishop g7, h3. Just to prevent both bishop g4 and this knight h5 move, trying to get rid of this bishop. Castle e3. And now we can't go knight d7 yet, because this bishop would take this d6 pawn. So if here, he would take here. So first we have to go knight e8. We're going to prepare it, and we're going to clear some space to start pushing these pawns. That's going to be kind of the plan here. So after bishop e2, we're going to go knight d7, castle, and now queen comes to e7. And now generally you'll see queen b3, and now we're just going to get in rook b8. Work towards this b5 move, but really our intentions are here. We're going to start going h6, g5, f5, and just pushing all the pawns against this king side. Knight e5 is going to come at some point, and we're going to open up this bishop. So that's the plan here against this bishop f4. The key is make sure you keep an eye on this d6 pawn. So now we're going to look at if they don't do that, if they go e4. So e4, we're going to go bishop g7, and now there's two variations here that we kind of want to know. So either they let you play bishop g4, so we castle, and now we get bishop g4. So this bishop, you're going to see a lot in the French Nimzo. We want to get rid of this bishop. So here we're going to give this bishop for this knight, and then we're going to route this knight basically to e5, or this knight to e5, and then we're going to start pushing against the king side. Also, at some point, we can look at a6, b5, and pushing on the queen side, but the big thing is we got rid of our weakness. So that we're more than happy with. Now here you're going to look at h3. So h3 is their attempt at stopping this, but now they castle one move later. So either bishop e2 or bishop d3, same thing. We're going to go b5. We're going to play for this kind of pawn stack, but not exactly a stack because we get e4 when they take. So if knight takes b5, we're just going to take on e4. Very straightforward. And after castle, a6, knight a3. a6 is a very important in-between move where we just kick this knight away. Now we just go knight d7. And here we have a very playable position, one with this strong bishop kind of dominating this diagonal. Now we'll go back and we'll look at if bishop takes, the more tactical variation. So bishop e2, b5, bishop takes b5. So here we can still take on e4, because after knight takes, we have this queen a5 check move. If knight c3, we're just going to take here, and I'm pretty sure best move is going to be to take this bishop on b5. The key being, it's going to be hard for him to castle. So even after a move like queen e2, well here we just have rook e8. We'll say bishop e3, and now we can take on e2, or we can even probably move this queen here because we threaten bishop a6. I think computer wants to give up the exchange, but that's definitely okay for black, even more than okay. So now we'll go back. So you're generally going to see, instead of knight c3, probably knight fd2. We take here, let him take on d6, we go queen a6. They take on c8, we just have rook e8 check, and that's just game over. So what you're probably going to see is knight to c4, and now we're just going to move our pieces out. So castle, knight e5, and after take, we take this knight. The key is we want to keep this bishop pair. If we take this knight, he can probably just take here, and here there's not very much to play for. But here we can take this way, and now we have the bishop pair. And even though we're down a pawn, this pawn is probably going to fall. and these two bishops are going to cut across this position, making it very hard for white to maneuver his pieces. And once we win this pawn, we're just going to be equal pawns with the same amount of pressure. So there you have it. That's how you're going to play the Benoni. Always try to just remember those big ideas, because there's going to be a lot of different move orders. But as long as you know the ideas, you're going to get the same positions and you know exactly what to do. You're going to have a plan. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out wolfchess.org. We've got a bunch of good puzzles, lessons, videos, and hope you guys were entertained.